Nice little
Swing that
comfy chair.
microphone.
Yep.
Whoa. Wow.
That pillow.
Late night tonight.
Sir.
We had Justin waiting in the car for an hour in the Tesla. Thank you for waiting. All right, what episode are we on, Tom?
6.
This episode 6? Will?
Yeah, 6.
Wow. All right, episode 6 of Pipes and Polish. Scott Zykowski here with my wonderful co-host, the one and only Tom Ford.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And are you okay with me introducing our guest, or do you want to take this one?
It's up to you.
All right, I
We
feel
can
like
both introduce them.
all right.
Together,
Why don't you go first?
Yeah, great friend. Great with the community. You do great things for the community. Love it.
Thanks,
you guys are always giving back over at State Farm. Glad you're with us today. Couldn't think of a better guest to have.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Well,
I
that means 5 other people before me.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of greats.
you
in
were
that,
6
Tom.
out of 6.
Thanks.
Well, I'll actually say his name, and my mentor for almost 20 years, older brother to me for that same amount of time, one of the most solid friends I've ever had,
Thank you.
and just a great father, husband, and all-around guy, Justin Simons.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for
I was
coming
going to
today.
say older brother too,
Were you?
Yeah.
Really?
even though I'm older.
Wait, who's
than you.
older?
He's
how,
older.
how old are you?
I'm old as fuck.
Well, okay.
I'm 51.
Oof. Gal.
How old are you?
I'm like 31.
That's,
31, 32, right?
No, hit the big one this year.
Would you hit
Did you
50?
50?
Yeah, hit the big 50.
Wow,
Yeah.
Justin.
You guys didn't come over for that one.
I didn't
I
get the
wasn't
invite.
invited.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
Nobody did.
Let
I
me
didn't,
check my. Hold
Was
on,
that the best 50th birthday you've ever had? If no
Yeah.
one
See,
there?
an invite.
nobody came over for that one. I told my wife, no one. No
You
one
gotta
is.
invite
no one's
people.
coming over.
That's fine.
Nah,
Well, I'm turning
I'm good.
40 this year, if anyone
Oh my
cared, but I'm still 39
This fucking guy.
until April 3rd. But Justin, man, we always start out these things, and it seems like we have the same reoccurring theme of, just having good pillars in the community.
Yeah.
But truly, you've been here for a long time in Anthem. You're more than just our State Farm agent in Anthem.
Thanks.
But that is a big part of your life for sure.
Yep.
But Justin Simons, how long have you, been out here in Anthem? And I don't know, and maybe we don't start there because that seems like a cop out. Like we always do that, and I'm sorry to pivot on you.
Fine.
How did you get here? What happened?
Yeah, we always kind of
Okay.
go about that. But Justin Simons, who are you? Who is Justin Simons beyond State Farm agent?
That's a good question. Yeah, most days I don't really know. I think of myself as a great family man. I do. I think of myself as someone that's loyal, and I think of I always try to think of doing the right thing. That's important to me.
Yeah.
It's just something that my family's always ingrained in me, and a lot of people say that. I've always kind of had this mindset that I want to be a genuine person, not like a fake person, not somebody that just says words and they just don't, they don't live by them. And that's always been important to me. I have I have great parents, and great in-laws.
Great grandparents too.
Yeah,
I got to meet them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that my grandmother passed just this last year, and so that was hard. My grandfather passing was extremely hard because they moved out here 1 year after we did, so they moved out here in 2002. Our first Christmas was in 2001, and they came out for that, and they're like, "We're going to sell everything, and we're going to move out and be with them." And so
It's 25 years ago.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, crazy. and they were huge. They were huge in my life.
Gary and
Jan,
Yeah.
they're
I
hilarious.
knew them personally. They
Yeah.
were phenomenal people.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we've, the three of us have lost somebody,
Yeah.
recently, and it happens in life. But my grandfather passing devastated me. That was probably at my darkest time, to be honest with you. That and when I first started a business in Anthem, that was really hard. But when I lost my grandfather, he and I were really close, like you and your dad, and so. But yeah, so the point of that is that he raised me he and my dad's a tremendous human being. They both raised me to be genuine, to be a hard worker. I think that's another thing you could say is I'm a hard worker. Just going in my 24th year, almost 25th year of business, and I'm still grinding away.
You're the old, definitely the OG.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a handful of businesses that are still around before I got here, but when Nicole and I got to Anthem, it was crazy. And there are people that are going to watch this podcast that are going to know what I'm talking about, but we got here and there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing. There was a stop sign at the corner of Gavilan Peak and Anthem Way, and there's this big giant golf ball. I'm sure you guys have heard about the golf ball.
Oh, we talked about it a few podcasts back.
Yeah,
that's a huge thing at the
Not
Welcome
too many
Center.
people remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so then, I'll never forget. We got out here and we were looking at a house, and the real estate agent, which I believe it was Fred Struss, who's still around in the area.
Wow.
Fred and Sandy.
Fred, Sandy, and a guy
great
named Robin. And so they took us out in a Suburban, and we were driving down Anthem Way, and you had to take a Suburban off road to get to our house. And the house we ended up buying is the one. It's by Sonic.
Yeah.
And we got out there, and we were literally the only house. It was the only house. It was a spec house. And we moved into that house, and we're like, this is bananas. Like, this is nuts. Like, there's no one within like a couple miles. You could see Daisy Mountain out your front yard, clear as day, and you could see, the south, Desert Hills and all that in your backyard. And it was the Wild West. And I'll never forget, we the first couple months we were there, we were infested with scorpions, and that was
that's something that Jessie was not used to, being a Jersey girl, having to kill a scorpion every day.
No David Coleman back then.
No,
that's right.
No, there really wasn't much, and Nicole, my wife, got stung by one. She won't let me tell anybody where, but she got stung by one. And,
no.
Yeah, and you would think that it was like she was dying. And she was crying, and I get it. Like, it's scary.
Imagine it feels comfortable. No,
I was in our bed.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the night. So
Where is she from?
she's from Chicago.
She's too, okay.
and
Yeah.
you are as well.
No, I'm from Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois.
Yeah. So it's Chicago's a different world. And so she came out here, didn't know what the hell a scorpion was, right? And she gets stung by one, and we're calling poison control at like 2 a.m. She's crying. I'm like,
Thinking you're gonna
God.
die.
Yeah. I mean, you thought like she was, out with like in the ocean and a shark bit her leg off or something.
Rattlesnake bite or something.
Yeah. And then she's, she'll probably watch this and give me some crap about
That's
it.
fine.
But she.
Dude, I want to go back real quick to Gary, if that's okay.
Yeah,
and
fire
your
away.
grandfather, because, we sometimes, and I know you don't, but sometimes we take for granted the positive male influence in our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
You had a great father. Your father was wonderful. I am blessed to still have my father around, and he's huge in my life. But, what did Gary mean to you?
Yeah. So, first, I know my parents will watch this podcast, so it's important that I say that my dad was an unbelievable person, right? Like, he's still alive, and my dad is one of the most tough human beings you'll ever meet in your entire life. I mean, the guy looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, and he was a high school basketball coach, Hall of Fame basketball coach in Illinois, and that dude was a guy you never want to mess with, right? Like, you're talking
that 70s, 80s, like strength, like
totally
just built different back then.
He could have been in the movie Predator. He was jacked.
That's awesome.
And nobody wanted to mess with that guy. He would show me pictures of him carrying steel beams on his shoulders up on sky rises, or high rises up in Chicago. And the guy was jacked, and he was intimidating, and he was tough, man. He was hardcore. He was very strict, but he always wanted the best for me. And there's not a day that goes by that he doesn't text me that he loves me or checking in on the kids or Nicole or whatever. And so, before I ever say anything about my grandpa, I want to make sure that I give my dad a shout out, because I know he'll watch this, and he's a great dad for sure. And
That's the foundation of it all, man.
Yeah, he raised me with great values. And so, but as far as, Gary, my grandpa, he was different. He was the guy that like could walk into any room and he'd get you to laugh, and he would tell you a little bit of a little perverse joke here and there. He'd always come in and he'd bust your dad's chops or something, or anybody.
Yeah. I love that about the old guys. They could just say anything. Doesn't matter. They've been through it all, so they could just say whatever's on their mind.
Yeah.
Right.
And he never made anybody feel uncomfortable. No. Right. Like he always did it in a way where he'd get you laughing. And he was, like, I think one of the biggest things that he did for me, is that when, the three of us know what it's like, owning a business, especially in this community. It's a great community, but there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I'd come home, and we'd go have dinner. My grandmother make dinner for us, and I'd go in there and be like, God, man, today sucked. Like, it was the worst. And he was always there to keep me even keeled. He was always there to keep me, focused. And I went through a lot my first 3 years, like a lot of us, right? There's a lot of business owners that'll probably watch the podcast over the time, and there's a lot of us that have just absolutely given our heart and souls to it. And but I would just go in there just devastated on a daily basis, right? Like, we didn't make any money today. How am I going to be able to afford this place? I've got competitors in this town that are trying to kick me out, whatever. And he always just kept me dialed in, and that was so important, because it would have been easy to quit, and there's a lot. I mean, if you go back and look, since I've been here, there's so many businesses that have gone out of business, that have quit, that just can't deal with the pressure. And so that guy was awesome. I mean, he just kept it real.
Your story, I've heard your story a million times, and from us talking, but you're having it a little bit different than we did. I mean, your dad had a good establishment. I mean, taking nothing away from you, you've turned that thing into a monster. I came in, my father-in-law was able to get me, absolutely hitting the ground running. But you had a grind. You had a fucking grind every day. From your story, that's had to be so stressful.
You came in cold.
Yeah,
I mean cold.
Yeah, it was hard. I joke around. In Anthem, I went not door to door, but I went door, because it was hard. Like, I would go door to door. Imagine trying to sell insurance door to door, right? Like, that's anything these days, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine going to try to sell a ring right now door to door like that?
Pass.
And so I'd knock on the door, and they'd look at me like, "What are you doing here?" At that time, there were 800 people in Anthem when I got here.
Oh wow.
And so it was, you couldn't survive. There's 7 other insurance agents that were already established, or kind of established. And so, and it was so hard. And Nicole and I my wife and I had this weekend budget. It was $25. And we would go to TGI Fridays, or we'd go to Chili's, and we'd get the 2 for $20, 2 rubber steaks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And for $20, and we always wanted to make sure we had enough money to tip the server, as close to 20% as we could, or, whatever. And so, that's it. That was our weekend. It was $25, and we made it work. I mean, those days were pretty cool back in the day sometimes.
Looking back, everybody wants instant business success, and we've talked about private equity and all that stuff, cash influx in business, and everything. The reality is, you can throw as much money you want at a problem, and if you don't have a solid foundation, there's nothing. And if you don't have consistency, there's nothing. And you have to have people that actually give a shit about being there every day, whether they care about it for the paycheck or taking care of the customer, or whatever. And business in general, and if you're a business owner, or if you're on an executive team in a small business, or you're in any leadership or management position even, our hearts are with you, because we've been there, we've done it, and we're still doing it every single day. And you can't let off the gas throttle and become complacent in that, because the minute you do, someone else is going to take that business that you worked so hard for, and what it took, that weekend budget of $25 to go, treat yourself to a steak, is part of that foundation. And also creating some boundaries and some rules to follow, of not getting too crazy, and you make some money.
It's definitely tough, because I take my success early on for granted, because I came into a hot market. They needed plumbers. There was a need for what I was able to provide. But for you, that had to be tough. I mean, just listening to your stories I never had to go door to door. I mean, it was always there for me. Yeah, I think that's had to be tough.
I think what was really hard for me was there were already relationships that were formed with Del Webb. So there were insurance agents that were, lining up to go and
who is Del Webb? Just to
Del Webb was the original builder of Anthem. So back in 1999, they started phase one. They started building Anthem as we know it. They started all the infrastructure, the parks and all that. And so they were the master plan community builder, and big corporation, big company. And they had in Anthem, in the country club, they had set up, they had not spec homes, but model homes.
Oh yeah.
And so they had like 3 or 4 model homes, and they were, first class all the way, and they were trying to build up the community.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to go in there and you wanted to go and speak to the sales reps and say, hey, look, I'm Justin trying to get this business off the ground, and I'd love to network with you. And it was almost impossible because there's already relationships formed. And I just some young guy back then that they really didn't want to even really deal with a whole lot, to be honest. And so I did everything I could. Everything you could possibly imagine. I volunteered for everything. Whatever money I had, I donated to every possible cause. I still that's a big thing for me, is to give back to the community. I've always had this saying, like, I always support those that support us. And it may sound cold, but I don't donate to very many causes that don't involve one of our customers, because they're the ones that are paying us. And so I want them to feel that they can come to me at any time if they're a customer, and I'm going to help their cause any way I can.
We've taken a hard look at what we contribute to from the same perspective, and it's not always, I need from the same people, and that's what it's become a lot of. And you have to look at the real good partnerships is when one side contributes to the other, and whether that's good exposure or, and there's philanthropy from your own personal, which I'm happy to do with whatever Jesse and I agree upon, whatever charity we decide to give to. But when it's, hey, we need this, it has to, the more you support us, the more we can go back then and support you. And it also, when we donate to everybody, just like, you did at some point, I'm sure, it dilutes the real deep relationships that you have, with the Rotary or whoever it may be. And I'd rather give more to them because they truly come back and support us. Yeah. I know that's hard for some people to hear, but we get a lot of door knocks and everyone thinks, we're a jewelry store or you're an insurance agent or you're a plumber and you're making a ton of money and you can just write checks. But the reality is we try to operate within a certain profit margin and also what can the business sustain while still being supported. So I get that.
I, embarrassingly have to admit, whenever my kids were in sports, I knew I could always count on you to
that's all
come
right.
get a little donation for lacrosse or whatever.
It's not
it was.
embarrassingly
You were
so.
always
We're
there
your
for
friends.
us.
That's what
yeah.
we do. The minute I knew I wanted to go with Justin, I was young. I had nothing. I'm still young, right? Okay. I'm in this group, but I still have nothing.
You're young. We get
so
it.
Nothing's
Fucking
changed.
You're young. Sure. Yeah, I get it.
But Justin, I had a flat tire, and I thought it was okay to call Justin's cell phone. So he came out literally to the parking lot, and he goes, I'll be right there. I thought it was part of the insurance process. I'm like, oh, he's got to come check out the tire and whatever. And he's like, all right, where's your what do you call that, tire iron?
Yeah.
Where's your tire? I'm like, I don't know. He goes, all right, back here.
Dude, you know how to change your own tire?
He changed the tire for me. I'll say for me because I was probably supervising at that moment.
Yeah.
But to have somebody, that has your back, no questions asked, no, just whatever. He didn't have to do that.
I didn't know I had that service. I should probably text my office and let them know to call Justin next time we have a flat tire.
I can't wait.
Can
please.
we do that?
I have a question for Justin, if I can interrupt your slew of questions that I'm sure
go
you
ahead.
have. Insurance up north is really tough for people to get now, right?
Yeah.
It's up in Flagstaff.
It is.
The largest
Fires.
Ponderosa pine forest in the world, right?
It is. Yeah. It's very difficult now. Prescott, Williams, Flag, all those areas are really tough. We're pretty diligent as far as working with like fire departments up there. There's some areas that have added some new fire stations that are nice, and so we're trying. It's just you're kind of in that very fire prone area, and it's like a lot of those houses are $1 million houses.
Yeah.
And it's tough. So a lot of insurance companies are struggling to get coverage up there.
So where do you foresee your company in 20 years? I know there's with succession planning of any business. Sometimes you're like, oh, let me leave it to my kid, or let me do this. I don't think you can be in that scenario with being with a corporate insurance company, right?
Yeah. Are you talking about like our office, or are you talking about like
just in general with corporate offices, or
Can't leave the business to the kids.
or
No, you
insurance
can't.
as a whole? I mean, insurance companies, I don't know. I think it's just more of a general question of however you want to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I mean, I think that there's a place and time for an agent still. I think that, we come across every day, we come across a lot of situations where you need that human interaction. And I'm really, really proud of the fact that you call our office and you get a person right away,
Yeah,
right? You don't get a
that's
call
awesome.
center. You don't get.
I love your team.
Yeah, thank you. They're amazing.
I text you all the time. Hey, just bought a new truck. Need insurance in like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
and
thank
like
you, Tom.
fucking Joe, and 10 minutes later is like, here's your insurance card.
Yeah,
Love it.
I just there's so many random questions that are understandable, scenarios that
Right.
Not just the easy stuff, right? Like, hey, I bought a new car and I need to switch it out, but like, hey, what happens if this happens, or what happens? And so maybe down the road, like AI will take the place of me, and that's a possibility. We're trying to integrate AI right now to the best of our
AI
ability.
can never take the place of you.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well,
glad you said that.
Right back, I couldn't take the place of you guys either, but but yeah, so it's, but I think that, I love the fact that we're a resource for people. I love the fact that, like, I mean, we get so many different crazy scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Not crazy in a bad way, but like just unique scenarios. And I just really love the fact that you get Carrie, you get Kim, you get Paula, you get Desiree, Joe, Matt, whoever, right?
Yeah,
like
your
you get the
team is-
team. Yeah. You just, and they know how customer centric I am and how
Yeah.
focused I am on that. So yeah.
Let's get into a little bit of your passion.
Okay. Yeah. Thank heavens.
Football. I love
I thought you were
love
gonna
your
say
passion for
synchronized
football.
swimming.
Yeah. Well,
One of my earlier interactions with you was on the flag football field with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you for years, but that was when
Yeah.
it was good. It was a little intense. We had some intense coaches, and
Yeah, I was one of them.
we had the Boops on a couple episodes ago, and Cliff Boop was our coach,
Yep.
and it was some intense times, but like, all joking aside, I know you've done a tremendous amount for this community as far as football goes, and your passion for Boulder Creek, and I don't know if you want to just kind of dip into that a little bit.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it's pretty important.
Yeah, so I mean, given the fact that I was raised by a dad that was super competitive, right?
Yeah.
High school basketball coach, and I became competitive, right? I was competitive. I played football and basketball my whole life, and looking back, I don't have a whole lot of regrets, but I do regret that I didn't cherish the time when the kids were little, when they were like 8, 9, 10 years old, and the little Boops are running around throwing bombs and touchdowns and having a great time, and I don't know, I was so focused on I want as a parent, sometimes you want your kids to succeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted my son and my daughter to always succeed and to at whatever they did, and I would look, I was unique. I would spend hours every week game planning against the Fords or the Boops or whatever. And we were younger. We were at least 2, maybe 3 years younger than you guys. But we still competed, but it was just something that I'm very passionate about. Football's just like you're you're passionate about hockey and things like that. I've always been passionate about sports, and I played adult flag football up here in Anthem, and anybody that ever watches that played against me, they'll know how competitive I was. I mean, and some people appreciate it, and some are like, oh, that guy, he needs to chill out. He's too competitive. But I don't know. It's just I give it my all in everything I do, And so, but yeah, Boulder Creek High School is always, the football team, all the sports teams. They always mean something to me.
Yeah.
They'll always be in my heart. But I had an opportunity to move on. I had an opportunity to go to Brophy and coach at Brophy. They asked me 2 years in a row. First year I turned them down. Second year I decided to go for it, and it was incredible. My first day at Brophy, I went to Kurt Warner's house, and I sat with Kurt Warner.
Wow.
You know who Kurt Warner is?
Who's she? No, yes.
Okay.
Arizona Cardinals quarterback.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Good. So not as good of an arm as you, but almost. And so
Tell them about my arm super quick.
Yeah, I mean, I go on vacation with him to, we go to Carlsbad, and we're throwing the football around, right? And he's like, Jackson, go deep. Don't tell my son to go out for a pass. My son backs up like 15 feet. And Scotty freaking launches it like 80 yards. And like,
Bomb.
Like,
I have a cannon.
but
I don't
it's
know how.
sidearm bomb.
No other
Like, not
athletic
overhand.
ability,
Like a
but I
man?
can
Like
throw
a man
a
throw?
football.
No, it's weird. It's like a side rocket. It's like, and
Yep.
like it just goes forever.
Launch. Anyways, back to Kurt Warner.
No,
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank you for the kudos.
Could Scott have made it in the NFL?
No, not a chance.
okay.
I mean, like, you know,
Maybe like a Peyton Manning, big forehead, move around a little bit.
if
but-
it was just how far can you throw contest,
Right.
he'd probably be there. But
Thanks.
it was the weirdest thing you've ever seen, right? So
Awkward.
no,
Yeah.
it's all good. But anyway, yeah. So I got a chance. First day, I'm at Kurt Warner's house for 8 hours.
That's
He's
amazing.
breaking down defenses for me. It was cool.
That's
and so,
cool.
So anyway, so yeah. But Boulder Creek, it means a lot, and it still does. And I root for them, and I really genuinely do. And I hope
I
that
know you do.
I hope that I hope they do well. And Coach Barr, he's the head coach there, and I wish him the best.
Yeah.
So.
You know what stands out to me is no matter which team you're playing for, it's all about the kids playing. It's all about your kids that are playing under you and what like stewardship and guidance that you can give them. Like Justin said, when we were in Carlsbad, I swear I've never seen someone work as hard as Justin's son, Jackson,
Yep.
on his game. He pulls out a ladder on the beach, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm getting ready to pour my first cocktail, and it's probably 7 a.m. The sun just came up, and his son's doing ladders and sprints on the beach.
Yeah.
And Ava's just a tremendous mind, his daughter,
Thank you.
and she's just smart as all get out. And where does she go to school now?
She's
goes-
at Arizona State.
Arizona
She was
State.
at
She's a
Alabama
Sun
the
Devil.
first couple of years.
You saw Ava at the Open the
I
other
got
day.
a picture. I got a picture.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Tara
Yeah.
doesn't remember it, but I got a picture.
Yeah,
So,
Tara definitely doesn't remember that.
yeah, it was you,
Yeah.
Tara, and Ava, and you
Yeah.
guys are giving us. You were pointing like I'm number one, is what
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
These
doing.
kids,
So-
the kids look
middle
up to you
number.
on the team, and that's
I
it's
appreciate
nice that
that.
you've been able to,
Yeah.
travel around a little bit. Now, where's Jackson playing at?
So he's a junior currently at Sandra Day O'Connor,
Okay.
and he's worked extremely hard, and he's incredibly hard worker and always has been. And so he's going into his senior year next year, and he's hoping for a great senior season. So
That's
yeah.
really exciting as a parent, and I
Thank
know
you.
football and your family has been your life, so this has got to
Yeah.
be, the pinnacle of enjoyment, trying to soak it in right now.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I hope you guys get to come out to a game. So.
Yeah, we definitely-
1,000% will be
Yeah.
there.
Hey, I went to your lacrosse game out
I
at
know.
Venture Park because you asked me to come out there.
I know. I owe you one.
You owe me one.
I do.
Can
Let
I
me know.
ask what the heck your hat means real quick, Tom? I'm sorry, it's been.
This is my buddy's.
It says pizza, right? Pizza
yeah,
13.
Pizza 13. It's my buddy's pizza joint in Queens, New York.
No way.
Jay, yeah, it's a good little.
Why do
good
we
little
not
spot.
have pizza here
Oh
through
my
Golden
God.
Belly?
I sent
Gold
the,
Belly, Gold Belly.
So it's pretty funny. The Boops went to Long Island for what's the golf out there? The Ryder Cup.
Ryder Cup.
Cup this year, and they're like, "Where do we get good pizza?" I'm like, "You got to stop at my friend Jay's place." And they went there, and they were like, "What the fuck?
Wow.
This pizza is the best."
That's-
their minds were blown. I'm like, "This is the way it is."
Can we? I know the pizza review with Portnoy is a huge thing. Can we just get some pizza here?
Can
we ask Pizza 13? What's your buddy's name?
Jay?
Jay.
My buddy Jay.
Dry ice it.
Jay.
Put on some dry
Yeah.
ice or something.
Can we
my
get?
my buddy's pizza is good. I mean, I seen some of Dave's reviews, and his pizza's right up there.
All right,
these
Jay,
things get notoriety.
We
so.
need Pizza 13 out to Arizona.
do it.
If I can ask for, what do we need? 3 pies,
Yeah,
plain pies, Jay's way, whatever you want to do. I would love to get it out here
Yeah.
somehow, some way.
Yep.
You can tell us how to reheat it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'd love
definitely.
to try that pie.
no, it was his stuff is so good, so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, now I'm hungry. Sorry.
Did they bring you the hat back or?
No, he sent it to me last
really?
year. So
Oh, that's cool.
Pizza 13.
Yeah, I
Where is
love
it
it.
at?
it's in Queens, New York,
Queens,
right by
New
the
York.
airport, right by JFK Airport.
Bingo.
Hey, before I forget,
good shit.
I got a gift for you guys.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I watched the
I
first.
guess that brings gifts.
Yeah, I mean,
It depends on what
I
gift
watched
it
the
is.
first
but-
episode. So I thought
I'm scared.
I went to Bevmo and I tried to get Eagle. You know, Eagle Rare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tried to get Eagle Rare, and it's like sold out all over
Is
the
it?
place. Yeah, well, it was. So I got you the
Ooh, whistle pig.
10-year aged whistle pig.
10-year whistle pig,
Yeah,
brother.
that's-
Oh
we
my
gotta
god.
get
That's
that
for you
one.
guys.
Our
We
next,
we should have opened this up right when you first sat down, and we could
I
have
know.
had it.
That's all right.
That's a phenomenal bottle right there. And at Keeler's Steakhouse actually makes their old fashioned. They have a Keeler's old fashioned with Whistle Pig 10.
Nice.
And it's one of my favorites.
You know what? My dad got me
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course.
gift
Justin.
card to Keeler's. 3 years ago. He's gone now, but they got me a gift card. I haven't been there yet. I need to go there.
It's good.
Yeah.
The baseball
Yeah.
cut. The baseball cut.
Oh, yeah. Baseball cut's delicious.
That's awesome. That's
You know,
awesome.
I'm so thankful, Justin. We could go on for hours.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have you back again. We actually do a supper club with us and also our other friends, Travis and all the wives. And we try to make it a point to go out once a month or once every 2 months if we can, and just do this and kind of decompress with each other. So
Our last little party was the Hondo.
Oh yeah, that
Hondo
was
Rodeo
amazing.
event. We
That was
all went
amazing.
out to.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Yep. Tommy treated us to a nice experience down there and at the Hondo Rodeo, and we cut up, we had laughs, we ate food, and it's my advice to you guys is, even if you're deep in the game of grinding and growing your business, is to stop and take time, find your people, and just do whatever it is. If it's a podcast, if it's going out to dinner, make that time for each other, because life goes by pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That made me feel good. The youngest guy in the group showed up with like Gatorade and snacks,
Right.
and
Right.
we went all night long. And
I was, I think
my,
I sipped on water that night.
My awesome wife was obsessed with Riley Green.
Yeah, I think all our
I think
wives
all-
were.
who couldn't be, right?
Yeah, so
Well, we're so thankful you took the time tonight.
Yeah, thank you
and,
guys.
Thank you
truly
for everything.
appreciate you beyond this
yeah,
in our lives, Justin.
it means a
And-
lot. But thank you for having me. Appreciate it. So,
and thank
Thank
you
you for
all
everything. I
for
appreciate it.
joining us on episode 6 of Pipes and Polish with Justin Simons and
Or
Tom
as Clayton
Ford.
would say, polish my
your
pipe.
as Boop would say. Thank you, guys.